Hello, welcome back to day 5 of the Stitch Along Challenge. Today we are stitching the fairy lights. And as always, if you have just found this video somewhere online and wonder what it is about, this is part of a Stitch Along Challenge that I've been running. We are stitching one of these a day for 15 days. There will be more details around the video, so have a look, but you can go to my site and request your free pattern and join along. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pull one strand of the color 535, which is the dark gray, and we're going to start with, I guess we can call it the electric cable because that's what it's going to be. To stitch it, we're going to use a stem stitch. So I'm going to show you now how to do a stem stitch. Okay, so the stem stitch is a stitch that sort of comes back on itself, but not like the back stitch would just go from one stitch to the next. It comes back through the middle of the previous stitch. It's much easier if I show you how to. So the first thing you're going to do is just pull your thread through all the way up, then put it down. Okay. And then you're going to come back up, trying to come through the middle of the previous stitch, but don't pull through the actual thread, just pull through in the middle. I'm really hoping it makes sense, but as always, for all the stitches you have illustrated instructions on my site and it's linked to the web page, so you will be able to just click on them and just access them. The thing to remember with the stem stitch is that first of all you want to keep your stitches consistent, of a consistent size, and also you want to make sure that you don't come back through the actual thread. And one last thing is that when you come back, make sure that you stay consistent on whether your stitch comes back top or back or bottom. Don't alternate, otherwise it will just give a bit of a messy look. So let's just keep going. So on mine, I come back through the top. All right. So here's my preferred method, which is, as always, to come straight back up rather than going in and out. But I'll show you both for the same reason as I've always done, is that some people will prefer doing it this way, and I see that a lot. Okay, so with the stem stitch, sometimes when you have to do rounded shape like this sort of thing happens. So as you can tell, this bit has gone this side. So what I want to do is just again go back up, because it will kind of anchor my thread around that bend, and then come back up. And sometimes you have to do a little stitch, like for example here I can tell that I need to do a little stitch if I want to keep it really snug on that line. So I just come back and anchor it this way by going the other side, and there you go. It helps keep the shape So we have just done the electric cable, and now we're going to move on to filling in the actual lights. And as you can see, for every single light there's sort of a little cap there, and that is part of the electric system, so we're going to do it the same color as the electric cable. So I'm going to come straight back with my thread, and then I'm going to start filling this. And I imagine that by now, having done a couple of times stitches with 2 threads and 1 thread, you can actually see the difference in the results. It's a little bit more delicate when you use only 1 strand. Alright, I'm just going to turn it around and show you what I'm doing, because I don't want it to show in transparency, and if we go straight there it's going to show a line. So I'm just going to tuck it in like this, and what it's going to do is follow that line, so it's not going to show in transparency. And turn around and start again. Okay, so now we have finished with the dark gray color, and we're going to use a yellow color, which is 3A20, and we're going to make the little light bulbs. For the light bulbs, we are going to use one strand as well. So I'm just going to separate it and put it on my needle. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, and just to show you how I'm going to actually try and stick to that sort of shape, which is kind of like a teardrop shape. I'm just going to start in the middle and come to the bottom, the furthest away, and then come back and work one side and the next. This is also the reason why I am using just one strand, because it allows us to keep that sort of very delicate shape. Okay, so I've done one side, I'm coming back in the middle, and I'm going to work my way the other side. Okay, so that's the first one done. Let me just show you. All right. And we're going to do the same thing as we did with the actual cord, and we're just going to turn it around, keep it snug up there so that it doesn't show, and come back down. Here you are. You have the garland done. So this is it. We've just finished day 5, which is our fairy light garland. This is also the end of our very first week. We've just completed our 5th day, first week. We will take a break during the weekend, so it's perfect time for you to catch up if you are a bit delayed. And on Monday, we will be stitching the holly. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you then. Bye.